Today I'm going to talk about a subject that is very touchy, but it's a subject that I feel that needs to be addressed.
My buddies were trying to get into bottoms up, and the bouncer there was already pissed off.
Yeah, if a bouncer's at the front door and he doesn't like you for whatever reason, he can deny you access.
I used to do security for a company in California called Platinum Securities. Basically, what my job was to keep the establishment safe, promote a safe environment for those people that are coming in to enjoy a night of fun.
I actually went in the club with this exact hat on, and I was told I could not get in because my brim was too straight. Now, I have no idea how my brim being straight would be a problem in the club. After bending it a little bit, like this, it was okay for me and my cousin to get in the club with our brims like this. Now, what that to me tells me is that this is the white way to wear it, I guess, because white people wear their hats bent and that black people wear their hats straight. I was told that I was not allowed to wear this sweatshirt I have here. Now, the sweatshirt says Fly Times on it and has a boy with a paper plane. I was told pretty much that I was not allowed to wear this crew neck to the club because they did not allow crew necks in the club. And I also was told that it implied that I was a drug dealer.
We don't want is the hoodies, the hats, you know what I mean, the fitteds, you know what I mean? We don't want any of that stuff. It's not the message that we're trying to send.
Like a lot of times downtown, specifically African Americans feel unjustly targeted by the dress code, but it's not targeting a specific race. There's just elements of the dress code that a certain element of African American culture embraces a little bit more, and so therefore I think that they feel like they might be targeted, specifically like bigger chains or bigger jewelry. Timberland boots are not allowed in the bars, flat brim hats, and so I feel like a lot of African Americans might feel as though that's targeting a certain race, but it's not a race, it's a culture. So people that are white, Asian, African American, Latino, they might embrace that certain culture, which is more of like a hip hop, urban culture. And when you see rappers on TV, they might be wearing certain clothes, but that doesn't mean that they're appropriate in every single setting. So it doesn't mean that there's something necessarily wrong with that clothing, or that you can't walk on the street with it. But when you're going into a private establishment that serves alcohol, they want a certain type of clientele in there. And whether you're white, brown, black, red, doesn't matter, purple, you can enter that establishment as long as you're meeting certain criteria, including having a proper ID and dressing according to the standards that they've set.
The reason why we're having so many problems with society nowadays because there's a lot of racial profiling and people wonder why, okay? Being that I used to be young and I used to make a lot of mistakes when I was younger, I know that if I wear baggy jeans and I'm trying to sneak something in, it's gonna get through. How do you know that this person's not packing?
I guess I'm a drug dealer now because I wear a shirt that says Fly Time on it.
Three in line, and then we get to the front, and he's like yelling at us to move over, and all we do is move over 2 feet to the left on the other side of the rail. And then he's still yelling, and then my buddy Eddie goes, "Hey buddy, like relax." And this bouncer just had the meanest look in his eyes, like he was high on something. Took his hand, smacked him in the face, like for no reason. I couldn't even tell you, like there was nothing said, nothing provoked. Just smacked him in the face, and then that was it. Like we got pulled away by the officers, but like the officers and the bouncers like buddy, so it's a lose-lose situation.
Bouncers and a lot of people in bars, especially in a city like Buffalo, but in any city, abuse their power.
Being a security guard, there's been many times where we've had to manhandle people and totally, take 2 to 3 security guards to get this person out. The one thing you don't want is a scene in your establishment. That's why you handle everything outside of the property line. Usually what we used to do, our protocol was we handcuff the person, we call the police, they'll come, they'll assist in escorting the person away from the premises, 100 feet away from the premises, or we just ask the person to leave. Once it's always safe to involve police when you have a hostile person because you never know what they're gonna come do. I mean, how many times has somebody got kicked out of a club and they come back shooting the club up or throw cherry bombs here in Buffalo that I've heard of? It's crazy. Those are people's kids in there.
There was no punches thrown by us. Like one of the bouncers from bottoms up, I get hit in the face by, and then after that, 2 officers tackled me to the ground. And then next thing I know, I see a group of like 6 or 7 police officers, and they're just like, I see like boots, badges, like I'm trying to like protect myself, and I guess I'm being like kicked, punched. I was told I was being spun around a bunch of times, and like I wasn't doing anything. He came after me, and then next thing I know, I was being tackled by a police officer.
Blunt raps and gun claps. If it's a new era, then why y'all still rocking dunce caps? Sun's whack. That's what they said when they first heard me spitting. Then they left and erased all.
When people are drunk, you gotta remember they don't know what they're doing. They black out. So you might as well knock them out. I mean, they're not gonna remember. You don't know what they're gonna do. They might regret something for the rest of their lives. Have you ever done anything dumb while you're drunk? Especially drinking and driving, like one of them. People don't even think about it. It's just ridiculous, like think about it.
I would just say in terms of people going out to nightclubs or bars in Buffalo or anywhere, really you're going out to have a good time with your friends, and there are lots of other people out there, and you have to understand that it is a private establishment. So in terms of dress code, everybody should go out dressed as nice as they possibly can if they're going out, unless if it's some local little bar. If you're going downtown or to a nicer entertainment area, that's kind of what's expected of you. And also, if you're drinking and you get into an altercation with somebody, there's really no reason to escalate it at all. Don't get into fights with people. Don't get into fights with bar staff especially. And if a bouncer or security staff tells you it's time to leave, most certainly don't put your hands on them or try to escalate it verbally. Just walk out with them to the front door and try to plead your case there.
I'll show you where I take you. Come running or I chase you. Life's a bitch and I ain't gonna replace her. No racer. Meanwhile, the shooter's trying to take us. It's for the movers in the shape. I ventilated a lot. The rhyme animate game plan. The damage is sleek. Like the Phantom is rap champ. Unanimous damn.